arcs that most people in the One Piece community tend to ignore. I mean, understandable, it is entirely cut off from the world of One Piece, and the world of One Piece is the biggest appeal for the story. I mean, there's a reason it has been running for 1,000 chapters and people are not bored about it. Right? But why would the man known as the literal god of foreshadowing among his cult-like following in the One Piece community even write this? I mean, it doesn't seem important at all. Well, and mostly, like, if you do not know that it is 100% canon arc, you can also confuse it for a filler arc. God knows I did, but still, why would he even put this in his story? Because it just cuts off from the main plot and then gives us a massive 100 chapter gap and then just picks it back up again and the entire arc seems kinda redundant. But that is not the case. Skypiea is one of the most important arcs in all of One Piece, and this can also be inferred from the fact that most people tend to ignore it. Studies show that the most important things are usually the ones that tend to get absolutely ignored. So let's get into the worth of Skypiea and how Oda probably already told the entirety of the last arc of One Piece through Skypiea. I think someone has probably made the same theory before me, and if someone has, let me know in the comments, and if no one has, well then comment something because you just found out a new theory about One Piece which is probably going to be correct. Right? And whilst you're going to the comments section, there is a subscribe button there which you can also click. And if you think that it's not worth it, watch till the end because I am about to prove to you how Skypiea foreshadows the entire ending of One Piece, and then you can subscribe. So, most people do not remember what this arc is about, so let's just go over some of the key highlights in Skypiea. So let's just take a quick recap of Skypiea. Luffy and friends visit a random island, shenanigans occur on that random island, and that forces the Straw Hats to go into the land of God. Over there is a dude named Enel who considers himself to be a god but is not. And then a battle royal ensues with a massive revolution in the background, which I think this is the key point in the entirety of this theory, because when else is there going to be a revolution in One Piece except in the finale? I honestly probably don't need to say much more from now because a lot of people have probably already pieced it together there, but let me just continue with the recap a bit so that we can freshen up our memories. The god has really strong haki, which we did not know was haki, it was mantra over there, and he can basically see into the future. He had advanced observation haki before haki was even a thing. That's how badass of a dude Enel is. Is it Enel or Enel? Who gives a shit? So, Luffy fights him and beats him on the sole condition that his devil fruit just does not work on Luffy. Like, Enel is one of those villains that you are like, he could have literally wiped out the entirety of the Straw Hat and won because of and Enel lost mostly because of plot armor because lightning doesn't work on rubber. Still don't know how that still works because the Luffy doesn't have the rubber no mi or the gum fruit, but it does somehow. It's not a plot hole. What else happens? Oh yeah, that's the end of the arc. So Straw Hats have a giant ass party, and when the people participating in that revolution try to thank them, they run off with the treasure they were about to give to them anyway. Let's see how these shenanigans in Skypiea transfer over to the current arcs in One Piece, the final saga of One Piece, if you may. Well, the Straw Hats visit a new island almost every singular arc, and the main point over here would be, why would they go to God's land, which is Marijua on the ocean? Really, like, in the final arc, Straw Hats will be going backtracking to the entire journey back to Marijua in the Pangea, and Luffy will fight Inu. Pretty much like in Skypiea, where Luffy went to fight Enel, because both of them consider to be God, and because both of them consider themselves to be gods when they're not. So, let's see, why would the Straw Hats even bother going there, because they have literally no reason to. Or so one might think, but they do. Let's see. Let's go through all of Luffy's friends. Let's start with Vivi. Let's see where she's at. She is with an unreliable duck and another unreliable duck, a corrupt king who will literally do anything to save his neck, and he has a massive target on his back from the world government. Did I mention Vivi also has a massive target from the world government? So, and another point, Emu, for some particular reason, we do not know what that is yet, and because Emu is also confirmed to be a woman, so let's stay on topic. So after Vivi gets captured because of, let's be real here, Morgan can't do shit, Karoo isn't going to be able to do shit, and most probably Whopper would just turn her in because he wants his rights and his kingdom back. And now who would even do this, because entire CP0 is getting their ass handed to them in Egghead. Well, I would argue that even CP9 would be able to do it, but I don't think that the Gorosei or Emu himself would entrust such a crucial mission to something like CP9 who got bodied by a rookie. But still, let's see if the world government has another really strong force that can pull this off, which they don't even need that strong of a force. But what am I missing out here? Like a group of people really strong who have worked for the world government. Admirals, what would they do that? Oh yeah, God's Knight exists. So, the God's Knight at some point in the future are going to kidnap Vivi and bring her to Merishuas. Once Luffy finds this out, he is backtracking his journey. He does not give a shit. He is going to save Vivi no matter what. If you have not read One Piece and just started and just picked it up after Gear 5 was revealed, which a lot of people apparently did, I do not know why you would do that. But some people did that, so let's just address them as well. This would not be a waste of time for any of the Straw Hats and would literally just further everyone's goals. Luffy wants adventure. No, he does not want the One Piece or become the Pirate King. He just says that he wants adventure. If you offer Luffy another massive journey into the entire world, or One Piece's key right in front of him, he is going to pick the journey. And now he wants to make the map of the entire world and charting a course through another route that they did not take in the first place in the new world is going to further her goals. Zoro just wants to fight a strong swordsman, which Shanks' father, Shanks' apparent sister, that is just a theory, but yeah, Shanks has a sister. But still, and anyway, Robin gets to learn more about the history of the world, because if you all are honestly of the opinion that there is nothing in Castle Pangea about the Void Century, come out of the rock you're living under and read the actual story. There has to be something in there. Jinbei knows that if Luffy makes it to Castle Pangea, slavery is about to be abolished entirely, because he just does that everywhere he goes. And even if slavery doesn't end, he can just do that himself, because the entire world government is going to collapse. Sanji just wants to simp over people, and Brook, well, he wants to see Laboon, so he might be kinda screwed here, because going back and then going back again, or well, if the red line is destroyed entirely, it will be a lot easier, because then you would have holes through the calm belt as well, which I don't think that would actually help Brook at all, but still, that's an option. And if they backtrack entirely, they can Brook can just see Laboon earlier. Here, and Frankie, yeah, he gains nothing out of this. Who else is there? Chopper. Chopper just wants to cure every disease there is in the world. And I don't really think there is a bigger disease in the world other than celestial dragons. So if he goes, he can probably cure the world of the biggest cancer known to mankind in One Piece world, being celestial dragons. So yeah, everyone has a reason to go back. Maybe they do go to the Castle Pangea. What are they gonna do? Luffy can't hurt the Gorosei. What chance do the others have? Well, I think that the Gorosei can't be hurt, mainly because of Future Sight Haki, and I'll explain this in another video later on. Subscribe for that. And because that is about to be a crazy theory. And let's see, what else is there from Skypiea that isn't in the current final saga? A battle royale. Well, I mean, we got the Straw Hats, and every single ally the Straw Hats have, that is the Grand Fleet, Alabaster's army, Dressrosa's army, Fishman Island's army, and the entire being of the warriors of Wano who are still alive after fighting Kaido. And on the other hand, we have Dragon, who Robin can just call Dragon and he would show up, because if a literal emperor of the sea wages war on the entire world government, there is not a better opportunity than that to start your violent revolution. So we have Dragon's forces, and then we have Luffy's allies. Shanks is going to be there. That is not a question. If he doesn't die in elbaf, that is. Which he just might, I don't know. There is a solid chance Shanks might die in elbaf, so that he doesn't show up in the final arc of the One Piece. It would be, like, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense right now, but there are chances that he could die. And so we have all of these factors, and then fighting all of them are the world government, the marines, the admirals, the Korose, the God's Knight, and Imu herself. If this does not result into a chaotic ass battle royale, I do not know what will. And if you think that, oh, that's not enough chaos at all, you honestly think Blackbeard is just about to stay quietly in his den in Hachinosu and not do absolutely anything during this chaos. In the midst of this, Blackbeard will show up with his entire ass fleet and fuck some shit up. I can assure you this. This should not even come as a surprise that Blackbeard would do something like this. And as much as I do want Blackbeard to be the final villain, he just might not be. Because Luffy might have to fight Blackbeard before he fights Imu, or depending on how the turn of events goes, maybe Blackbeard just goes with Luffy. Like, Blackbeard wants to rule the world. The best way to do that is defeating Imu. Three-way fight between Blackbeard, Luffy, and Imu in the final arc. Which hasn't really happened at all. Like, in all of fiction, I cannot think of a singular moment where a final battle took place between three characters. Now Naruto does not count. The Kaguya fight was not the final fight. The last fight in Naruto was Naruto vs Sasuke. Do not get me started on that one. But like, I really haven't seen like a singular moment in anime where the final fight of the main character was a three-way battle with two villains at the same time. I don't know why they don't do that. Like, this should be epic as hell. Well, but so after all this chaos, you might be wondering, like, okay, Luffy backtracks his entire journey. How the hell would he go to Laughter then? Like, what's the point then? There is another incentive for him to do that. The final road poneglyph. We do not know where it is. It's apparently with the man marked by flames. I'm guessing that if it's not a ghost ship, it's in Castle Pangaea. They have opportunities to get it. After Whitebeard died, they had a solid chance to retrieve that. At which I think they, like, okay, Whitebeard isn't stupid enough to just leave it there. So he might have already moved it, but if he didn't, for some apparent reason, world government might have already the world government might already have their hands on the final road poneglyph, which Luffy would need anyway to get to Laughter. So it all connects. And so yeah, that's about the gist of the theory. So Luffy will have to go through an entire battle royale and wage war on the entire world to save Vivi in the final arc, so that he can become the king of the pirates and have his true dream fulfilled, which was the end of Skypiea, having a giant party after liberating an entire island. The sole difference being that the party would be way bigger, and instead of the entire island, he would have liberated the entire world. That, and if you're wondering, like, okay, in all of this, the last moment in Skypiea wasn't included, that is, Straw Hats running away with the treasure. That's the One Piece. Like, after this entire revolution, the people would want Luffy to just take the final road poneglyph, because what the hell are they gonna do with it? Right? And Luffy being Luffy and the Straw Hats being pirates, maybe they'll just steal it and leave, while all the people are just gonna give it to them anyway. And if you're wondering, like, okay, where do the other characters come in? Other characters like who? Eustace D dead, or Law, who is also not dead but not very healthy right now. No, he's a doctor. He should be more healthy than me. But those aren't gonna come back. Kaido and Big Mom are probably dead. So yeah, most characters are probably gonna come. And what do you think is gonna happen in elbaf? Because I am guessing God's rays are going to be revealed there. But my theories on elbaf will come at a later point when Egghead is like during the last few chapters of Egghead. I'll make a video regarding what Egghead meant. During the last few chapters of Egghead Island arc, I will make a video guessing what elbaf could include. Probably make a bingo box. But for now, this is it. And if you want to see the video about the true use of conqourers haki, and if you want to see a video about the true use of conqourers haki, subscribe, because I can assure you, knocking people out, quoting yourself in it is not the end of it. There is something way more crazier than that, at which will be covered at a later date. Subscribe for that and hit that bell icon so that you are informed whenever that video drops. Peace out for now.